Plaintiffs Lori Swarbrick and her boyfriend Michael Sanford say the defendant is their neighbor, and they thought she could be trusted. However, Lori claims they asked the defendant to watch their dog and cat while they went out of town. And when they returned, they discovered the defendant had sold both of their beloved pets for drug money, so they're suing. Defendant Joanne Boatwright says Lori asked her to watch the pets because Michael was incarcerated and Lori was leaving town with her other boyfriend. Joanne says Michael and Lori are nothing but 24-hour-a-day drunks, and she's countersuing them for emotional distress and harassment.
Start with you.
Michael had the dog Tai-Tai. He was about 9 months old. I have pictures of Tai-Tai. That's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
We went out of town, and I asked Joanne. I thought she was a nice person. She seemed like
Where'd
a nice
you know her
neighbor.
from?
She was our neighbor.
Okay.
And I asked her if she
How
would.
long had you known her?
We lived there maybe 8 months.
Okay.
Excuse me, Judge. They moved in the 1st of October, 2009.
Okay.
Excuse me, the 1st of November. They had moved there,
So you
lived
don't
there a
know
month
either.
and a half. A month and a half.
They don't know and you don't know. Go ahead, ma'am. So when was it?
In January, we were going out of town.
Excuse me, that's another lie.
When was it?
He went to jail.
No. I said when was it?
It was in December.
All right. Go ahead.
I told her I would give her $40 if she could.
Another lie.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you to wait and...
I will. I will
let her
refrain
finish
since
her-
it's obvious so it can
All right,
all
let her
be lies.
finish her,
Yeah.
her lies, and then you can, then you can begin with your lies. Go ahead.
Mine aren't lies, sir. I have proof.
You know, we thought she was a good neighbor, and we were gonna have her watch
In
our pet.
January, you asked her to watch your dog.
Watch our dog
How
and the
long?
cat for about a week. And just to let Tai-Tai, our dog, outside, have him go potty. And we had dog food and cat food all in the trailer. And I let the manager know that she was allowed to go inside our trailer to babysit or pet sit the dog and the cat.
Plaintiffs Michael Sanford and his girlfriend Lori Swarbrick are suing their neighbor, who they claim has an arrest record for prostitution and dealing drugs.
Let me ask her about the agreement and the dates. Ma'am, go ahead and tell me what you'd like for me
December
to know.
15th, after he went to jail on December 10th, December 15th, she asked me if I would watch them for 3 days for nothing, said there was food in the trailer.
Why did she want you to watch them?
She was going out of town with the guy she had into the house 20 minutes after he was arrested.
Family friend.
And
All about
I
it.
have the arrest records, his police record,
What does
everything.
that have to do with anything, ma'am?
It tells you what dates things happened, really
Okay.
happened.
Well, first of all,
They
you
also
say
sued me
she
another
asked
time
you
before.
on December 15th.
Yes.
What evidence do you have that will prove that?
I don't
hand
have
me a stack
any,
of evidence and say,
just
figure it
the
out.
neighbors, just
Pardon?
the neighbors' statements.
Okay. That it was December 15th.
Yes.
Pull those statements out.
Okay.
And you say it was January.
January's when Ty was gone.
All right. And then what happens?
I came
When
back.
you returned when? A week later?
It was about a week. I don't remember exactly the date. And so Tai-Tai and the cat were gone. So I went over to her house, and she said that the landlord came over because the dog wasn't being cared for. And so this is what the landlord told her, that he was going to impound the dog. And another neighbor of mine found another place for Tai-Tai to stay. I said, why didn't you just let Tai-Tai back in the house? And she said, I sold him. First it was eBay, then it was Craigslist, and it was a private party in Oildale where we live. So I don't know which story is true and which is not true. I don't know how much he paid for it.
Go ahead,
Animal
ma'am. What do you
control,
want to tell me?
sheriff's reports.
Let's see. Let's see
witness
the
statements.
evidence that you began keeping the dog December 15th, as you say.
Animal control services. Okay, they were called 122109.
You said December
Abandoned
15th
dogs.
you took
That's
the
because
dog.
I kept them for a week before I called.
Read what it says happened December 21st.
Pre-seizure notice issued. Abandoned
it.
dog.
Ma'am,
There's
she
three
said
of these.
she's handing me something as
There's
of
three of
December 21st.
That was animal control paperwork. I didn't know that she called animal.
Hey, I know you didn't know. I know you didn't know. This is surprise. She surprised you today.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you explain you keeping the dogs up until January when, in fact, it says that you didn't have the dogs as of December 21st?
I thought it was January then. I'm mistaken.
They're drunks.
Because of the
They're drunks,
17th.
Your Honor. 24-hour-a-day drunks.
Ma'am, it's your burden to prove.
Yes.
When you gave her the dog and that she sold your dog.
Yes.
After you were away for 1 week.
Well, I'm assuming that she sold the dog for drug money. The reason why I say that is because of the 17-year-old that OD'd on heroin on her porch.
It was a 17-year-old that
17-year-old went over to do heroin at her
OD'd
house.
on her porch off of heroin.
Yes.
She threw him out because she didn't want the police going in her trailer because she deals drugs.
But she has two
She
possessions
sells
of drugs.
drugs.
She has 2 possessions of drugs in sale and a prostitution.
That's why you believe
and
she
robbery.
sold your dog.
Yes.
I gave him away to on Craigslist. I approve. The animal
Possession
control-
and purchase for sale of narcotics.
Do you see how old those are, Judge?
Doesn't matter.
That's 02.
Yeah, it does.
05, petty theft.
That was just
burglary
almost
and robbery.
dismissed.
Almost.
It was
Good to go.
It was
She said almost dismissed. Then you have one also for prostitution.
and that was dismissed.
She pled a no contest to it.
I know it. I'm looking
It was
at it.
dismissed.
It was
later
not.
on.
I know what a no contest is, man.
It was dismissed when I pleaded to the felony. It was then dismissed.
Ma'am, you tell me about why you did sell the dog.
I did not sell the dog.
You just
I
said you
gave
sold
the
it on
dog
Craigslist.
away on Craigslist, so it would not go to the
You
pound.
have that Craigslist advertising?
I know, but it's off the internet now. But I have all the
I
answers
know, but
I
you
got.
pardon me?
I have all the answers I got printed out.
Okay,
And
let's
I
see
have
them.
the phone number of the guy who brought the dog
These are
back
the
to him.
answers from whom?
The people who offered to adopt the dog for one of them even says,
Okay.
"Is there a rehoming fee?"
Still
No, there
needs
was
home.
not.
Have pictures, please. He's gone. Sorry. This is yours.
There was
Why I was
numerous
wondering
wolf rescue people
If someone
trying to
adopts
help
him
me.
before I can, they didn't say buy. She said adopt. So I'm
Adopt, yes.
convinced that she
Yes.
was giving the dogs away. Ma'am, do you want to testify today?
Yeah, these two are
Come on,
drunks. I
stand
live,
up and give me your name.
Rosemary Smith. I live next to these guys and across from her. He got arrested. She left town, left her in charge of the dogs, never came back until after he got out of jail. So, who's in wrong
How
here?
long do you estimate that time frame was?
I agreed to care for the dogs for 3 days. I took care of them for a month. Then I took the cat that was left in the trailer with no food.
He did not leave any dog food in the trailer.
No
Oh,
food.
we had a
No,
10-pound
no.
bag of dog food.
You're a liar.
We moved our trailer.
He's about to
Then we
get
had- he's a
evicted from
drunk.
the other
Then I got a
place too.
restraining order on her.
Ma'am,
I
the
have
counterclaim is for $3,000 for emotional distress and harassment. How so?
Okay, I put up with over a month of him screaming and cussing and always
not the
drunk,
screamer, she is.
threatening to
Give me some
threatening
examples,
me,
ma'am.
Threatening to hurt me,
No,
threatening
no.
to burn
You have
my
to be
trailer
very
down,
specific.
Come on.
threatening
You
to
have to give me a specific date,
Okay,
time,
the
and what
time, the
occurred.
day he got out of jail, he went back to jail for drunk in public after harassing me, and I called the cops.
You have the
4 days-
police
yes,
report?
I do.
All right,
4
there you
days
go.
later, he called the cops on me for stealing his dogs, and he went back to jail again.
Sir, did
Yes,
the
sir.
police come to you regarding her?
Yes,
Yes.
they said to
I'm
get
talking
her.
to him, ma'am.
Right.
Yes.
Right here,
They
the
did what?
court
Well, she
surrendered
does
his
that
record.
screaming and yelling at me, and she's with some
never
guy, and they told me,
Did they take you to jail?
not right then, they let me go.
Not right then.
Then later
but
that
ultimately they did.
told me to-
$3,000 for the harassment and emotional distress that he caused you, which called for the police to come there and ultimately take him to jail for his actions against you. With regard to your claim, I am convinced that you abandoned this
No, I
dog
did
and
not.
cat. When you abandon some property, you are not entitled to compensation. Case dismissed. Judgment for the counterclaim for the harassment and emotional distress that he caused to
Thank you,
when
sir.
the police came. Have a good day.
I live next door.
Yeah, she
You're a
get paid.
drunk. Yeah, well, you need to grow up and.
I was
that
on
drunk shit.
chemotherapy.
And let's finish this. I don't
Oh,
want to see
shut up
your
yourself.
face.
Sick.
Excuse me?
I'll see how
Yeah,
somebody
you
can
shut
pay
up.
to you anyway.
Don't tell me
I don't
shut
know
up.
who you are, but you don't talk
You
to
know what?
someone
If
like
you
that
lived
to
with
me.
him, then you know who I am.
Whatever, no.
I lived right next door to him,
Whatever.
Missy.
Well,
The
she's
same
got a
guy, he lives on
restraining
the other
order
side
on
of the
her.
street.
Yeah, we got
I have never been near them. Never. Since they moved out, I've never been
Sheriff
near
told us
them.
to get a restraining order, and it's
They
been
also
signed by
told
the
them
judge.
to take me to court. Was that a good idea?